Hey guys, King Shaz here. Today I'm your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you the most powerful ABB team in the Element Cup. This is the top ABB team for the last time Element Cup was out last year, and this time it's still just as strong. Even with Salandit, unless you're one of those unlucky souls to see a Salandit, or in this case where Element Cup was actually broken for a little bit because evolved Pokemon were actually coming through. And in this shoutcast, you will see some insane Pokemon that evolved that are under 500 CP that some people took full advantage of in order to rip souls and take people's Stardust in the Element Cup. So yeah, the Element Cup was broken. It's fixed now, but back then it was broken, and the evolutions were actually being allowed inside the Element Cup, which nowadays, every time they switch cups, you can kind of expect something to be broken. In this case, last time Flying Cup wasn't out for the longest time. This time, they didn't set the correct parameters for the Element Cup, and someone totally forgot to do it. But before we get started, as usual, this is my therapist mental health tip for the day, and my therapist mental health tip for the day is going to be make sure you get plenty of rest. Rest is vital, whichever one you work, day shift or night shift. Sleep is very vital for your body systems. It helps you retain your memory. It helps you make sure you're energized throughout the day, and it definitely does help a lot when you're trying to recover from an injury or anything like that. Sleep, I prioritize sleep or just rest in general for a lot. Train smarter, not harder, and especially in jiu-jitsu nowadays. As I slowly get to 30, my body isn't really breaking down. I'm fortunate to not have any major injuries or anything like that, but at the same time, even just for general, I love traveling, I love hiking as well, so I love traveling, I love going around, and if you want to keep yourself healthy when you're traveling, you need to make sure you're at your best physical peak as much as possible. So again, make sure you do get that rest. In this case, I'm also switching my content down from 7 days. I was publishing literally every day since April, and now it's going to lower a bit just as the school year goes down. So recognize when you need that rest. Also recognize when you have a lot on your plate and you kind of need to divvy things out, what's important, what's not important. As much as well as love y'all, being a school therapist is important to me, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life as a career. So this is, I love being a therapist, and it's very important, and I have a lot of cases to close in the next couple of weeks, so I'm busy working on that. But I'm still here working, doing I'm pushing out as much content as I can for this cup and in the future. And yes, but that rest is also pivotal because it also refreshes the mind and everything like that. So yeah, make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure you take care of yourselves, okay? Getting rest is very important, and it feels really good when you get a break and then you go out there and you crush the next day. Without further ado, this is the best ABB team, my top ABB team for the Element Cup. And it does really well despite everything we see in this shoutcast. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. So this is actually going to be pretty insane. So for those of you that don't know, there was actually an error in the Element Cup where they're actually letting you evolve Pokemon for a certain period of time. As you see, we got Vulpix versus Cottony. Now, I'm going to switch into Wooper, and what the hell is this? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Shadow Victory Ball that's minus 500 CP and eligible for the Little Cup. And for some reason, they took the... Oh my... I was like, I'm still stunned. What the hell? When I saw this, my brain was dying. I was like, what? How? How? And then that's a Carvana, and I'm like, how? Shadow Victory Ball, and my brain was like just not registering at all. Somehow, someway, I'm still able to win this. Even though I do lose Switch, somehow, someway, I'm still able to win this. As you see, all we're going to do is Bubble Beam down the Carvana. However, I'm going to Wing Attack down to take all this farm. We got Vulpix in. I should be able to get to a Bubble Beam. This should break the last shield. And I have 2 shields for my Cottony, and that should be GG's. I have no idea. Like, this one, I was just so shocked. I was like, is that evil? Yo, this is like some Demon Slayer stuff, right? It's like when Akaza from Demon Slayer came and tried to fight Rengoku and Tanjiro and company out of nowhere. What the heck was the third Hashira, upper high, number 3 Hashira doing in the movie? I don't know, but he's attracted to fighting really strong people. But I did not want to attract a Shadow Victory Bell in the Little Cup. And that's GG. Somehow, someway, despite getting shredded by Shadow Victory Bell, we came out with a W, and that's GG's. What the hell? That's all I have to say. That was very, very mind-numbing. And I was just like, wait, what happened? I looked up Twitter and I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot of glitches going on right now. What else is new, right, Niantic? Anyways, for the second one, we do lose the lead again. We got Ducklett into Cottony. You can 2-shield your way to victory through here. However, generally, if you do fall for the bubble beams, you will get KO'd. For some odd reason, my opponent elects not to fire right away for Bubble Beam, and I'm kind of scratching my head as to why. We're going to fire off the Seed Bomb, and then this is likely going to be a Bubble Beam or a Brave Bird. If it's a Brave Bird, I'm going to let it through just because it's fine. If it's airless, it'll kill me, but I want farm on my own Ducklett. So I'm going to go ahead and just farm down this Ducklett, send in my own Ducklett. We have shield advantage here. That's perfectly fine. I'm going to eat this. This is likely a Bubble Beam. Even if it's an airless, it's not going to take a huge chunk of my health. Thankfully, it's a Bubble Beam, so this is actually bad for my opponent because this allows me to get extra farm. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to fire Brave Bird. This should prompt my opponent to shield because even at -1, this Brave Bird will either kill or leave this Chikorita nearly dead. So we master grab the shield. We have 2 shields on Wooper now. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to double up on Body Slam, and I'm going to fire both of these Body Slams here. The idea here is that I have 2 shields, so I can Body Slam this Chikorita to death if I choose to. Or my opponent's going to swap out, as you see here, and I should just be able to straight Body Slam my way through. Double Body Slam should take out this Barboach, and at the same time, I still have an entire Ducklett. So, Duck Duck Goose, it is duck season. So, and that's a shiny Barboach. That is a beautiful, shiny Barboach is beautiful. Look at that golden tint. It's absolutely amazing. It's like Super Saiyan. It's freaking cool. I let this one through and just elect to have 2 shields for my Ducklett because all I have to do here is farm down this Barboach and then Brave Bird the Chikorita in the back for the W. Barboach doesn't have any default moves. It has Aqua Tail, Body Slam, or Ice Beam. So all we're going to do is farm down here. I'm going to save the shield though. This is likely going to be an Aqua Tail or a Body Slam. Either way, I should be able to live with Ducklett. All I need to do is save the shield for Chikorita. Here's Chikorita. As you need it, save the shield. Pop the shield, and then after that, all we're going to do is hit you with the Suburban. I'm gonna hit you with a really expensive Brave Bird from hell, and that should be GG. It's gonna take out this Chikorita. That should give us game, and that's GG's. Brave Bird goes through. We get hit with the Suburban and at full power because it's not debuffed this time around because we swapped out. That was a really, really interesting match. I was like, oh, great. And by the way, 75-69. That's a very nice number, right? A very nice number of Gatewing wins. I was like, oh, wow. When I got that, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Next, we got Cottonee on a Roserade, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? And this is when I realized something was wrong with the Element Cup. Then I popped down to Twitter, and I'm like, oh, it's broken. So here's the thing, 3 Bullet Teeth equals Weather Ball, and this thing is insanely powerful. Why you would have one under 500 CP? Well, we did have Roserade Community Day, except I don't know how we're going around, like, oh, they're allowing, like, you know, evolved forms. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna pop both of our shields here. I could live this next Weather Ball. I'd rather not, though. I can leave my Cottonee super healthy, and even though I lose both my shields, I still have 2 Pokemon. And then we get a Walrein, and my brain is just like, a sub 500 Walrein? Bro, what is even going on right now? This is insanity. And I'm like, what the heck? A Roserade? A Walrein? What's gonna happen? You got a Swampert in the back, bro? That's what I was legitimately thinking during this. But you probably guess what's in the back based on my statement. So as you see, Body Slams go off, and then we're just going to go ahead and Body Slam our way through. Even though Walrein is extremely powerful in Open Great League, this ain't Open Great League, bro. This is the Little Cup, and my Wooper, that shiny, will Body Slam you. It's going to Moonsault you. It's going to hit you with a 450 splash, you know, like AJ Styles does. Or, you know what I mean, the Phoenix splash like Seth Rollins, or the Frog splash like Eddie Guerrero, or AJ freaking Styles, y'all know. We're able to get 2 Body Slams. This will take out the Walrein. I don't know why they didn't fire their energy, but it makes sense because they don't want me to farm them. So, Body Slam takes out my opponent, but I still have 2 whole Mons. And lo and behold, it is a freaking Swampert. I'm going to send in Cottonee. I'm going to force my opponent to either hit me with a Sludge Wave or Earthquake. Either one, that's perfectly fine. Even if I take out Cottonee, I still have a whole Ducklett in back to contend with. And Hi-Go Battle. Like, not only can Niantic not use the proper parameters for the Element Cup, but it also, even after 3 months of the interlude season, it still can't fix Go Battle Lag. Why? Why? And dang, that Earthquake does a lot of damage to freaking Cottonee, but I should be able to just farm down this Swampert. Now that I know that it is Hydro, this is likely Hydro Cannon Earthquake, I can resist both with our Ducklett, and I should just be able to smack you in the back face like Chris Rock at the Oscars. I stop attacking for a sec, and then I start smacking my opponent to death. I'm like, is the glitch? Yep, that glitch is still going on. If you stop tapping, your opponent will still attack you, or if you tap a little bit, that's what happens. Yeah! Lots of lag going on, lots of problems. Unfortunately, you need more than interlude season to have Niantic pick Go Godly. You literally need to give them you need to give them San Francisco Tech Jesus or something like that, because I have no idea what's going on right now. We lose again. We lose the lead again. We got our little cotton ball up against a Ducklett. So I'm going to play this the same way I usually do. I'm going to force my way through Ducklett and keep alignment. Ducklett will be able to take me out, but in this instance, my opponent, like the last one, for some odd reason, they don't fire a move, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I grab your shield or I take out your Ducklett. So my opponent's going to fire here. If this is a Brave Bird, that's fine. If it's a Bubble Beam, that's perfectly fine as well. Actually, better if it's Bubble Beam, because if it is, this won't KO, and I should be able to force my opponent to use all of their energy, or they'll switch. We got Slowpoke on a Ducklett action here. The reason I didn't swap into Wooper is just because, yes, I get Body Slams quicker. However, I can debuff with my Ducklett. So all we're going to do is debuff the Holy Crap this. Side Shock, we will shield this. And then I'm going to build to a Brave Bird and then fire Bubble Beam. This is off interval, so yes, that confusion will register. However, that's perfectly fine. I'm Gucci. I'm fine here. I'm just going to straight Bubble Beam to death. And all I'm going to do is Bubble Beam the Holy Crap out of this Slowbro. I'm going to build to another Brave Bird, do the exact same thing. And then I'm going to try to fire the Brave Bird to take out this Slowpoke. I'm going to not shield. I'm going to shield here, and then my opponent likely won't shield. This is what I'm talking about my next move. As the Brave Bird goes through, my opponent likely won't shield the next one, just because I waste a lot more of my energy, and I'm debuffed. Ducklett goes through, we hit the Suburban, and our opponent sends in a Chinchou. And now I'm in a lot of trouble. So now I have to somehow take out this Ducklett, and I have that Chinchou against my Wooper, which is actually pretty good since I was able to take the 1-0s, because as here Wooper comes in, my opponent's definitely going to start firing these Bubble Beams and start debuffing me. So the question is, can my shiny Wooper actually come out with the W by freaking mud bombing through here? If this hits, I should be able to do enough chip damage to where I can either farm down or set up double Body Slams with the W. Mud Bomb goes off, and we do manage to go through because my opponent thought I was baiting, but now that gives us the win condition, because all we have to do is essentially farm down this Chinchou. Even if Chinchou fires, no matter what move it does, Thunderbolt and or Bubble Beam, it won't kill a Wooper in the green. Burger King is mighty, Burger King is good, and the Whopper is good. And at this time, we're just going to mud slap the unholy crap out of that Whop with my Whopper. And then we're going to come out with the GGs. Oh my gosh, that was like, I was like, wait, what the heck? I was like, wow. I lost a lot of leads today. But yeah, I was like, my brain was just like, holy crap, how the hell did I figure that out? And speaking of losing lead, we lose to lead again. We got Vulpix onto Cottony. This is freaking terrible. So all we're going to do is we're going to switch in Whopper, and then we got Cottony. So fun fact here, Cottony has to shield at least one Body Slam in order to keep switch. So our Whopper's just going to keep going. We're just going to Body Slam our way through. And like I mentioned, we need to get the 3, but they need to shield 1. Make sure you time your Body Slams right so that those extra charms don't go through. You should be able to get 3 Body Slams off and force your opponent to the power shield. Because as soon as they see they're in the yellow, 9 times they're probably going to shield. I'm going to shield this next one, and I'm going to be able to get to another Body Slam. C-Bomb goes off. We're going to fire the Body Slam here, and then after this should KO this Cottony. So we're going to take out this Cottony. We're going to hit you with the freaking moon, with the Body Slam. The Tope Con Wooper. And we're going to get taken out by this charm, but that's perfectly fine. I send in Ducklett to farm down. And then all we're going to do is we are going to watch as hopefully my Ducklett comes out with some kind of win condition. Because they have shield advantage here, and that's a Chikorita. Okay, I'm in a lot of trouble right now. So I'm going to build up to a Brave Bird, and then I'm going to attempt to fire in this scenario. It's a really tricky situation right now, because as you see, I let Grass Knot through. It's actually a really bad idea. I should have never let Grass Knot through. I should have actually shielded Grass Knot, and then I could have had more pressure here, but now the pressure is on me. So the only way I legitimately win is if somehow I can be a little fancy here, and then that shield I have is going to be able to take out my opponent with just fast move damage. I send in my Cottony, manage to take that shield or take that Body Slam, and now we're in a lot of trouble because Vulpix should be able to get to another move. So what's going to happen here is that this is likely going to be a very close match, most likely simultaneous KO from what I'm seeing, just because of the fact that everyone's so low that fast move damage is going to be the play. Then depending on whose fast moves are like strong or just IVs in general, we might actually self KO here. My opponent doesn't fire a singular move. They fire now. This should take out my Cottony. Then I'm going to send in Chikorita, and I'm going to attempt to smack the unholy crap out of a Vulpix, as well as whatever is remaining of that Chikorita back. As you see, I fire the Bubble Beam. This was so that I could lower the attack stat of my opponent, and maybe, just maybe, my wing attacks will be able to count with a W. Bubble Beam goes off. As you see, I'm trying to make these wing attacks go through, and unfortunately, it's a simultaneous KO like I predicted. That was a mad, sweaty battle. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. As you see this, yeah, we ran through a lot of crazy things in the Element Cup. Minus 500 CP Cups are always really chaotic, and hopefully we don't see them again for the next season. Well, I don't mind them, but please don't let us do Little Cup or Element Cup or Little Jungle Cup or whatever. Please let it be some kind of new cup or something like that. You know, something that's actually going to keep things going or something like that. Make things interesting, because Go Valley's gotten really, really stale. And obviously, as you see here, after 3 months, they still can't fix the game. So it's going to be really, really rough. But hopefully y'all are enjoying it. You know, Pokemon Go, there's a lot of things coming like Megas, etc. However, for PvP, it's still the same old S word. So yes, go out there, have some fun with it. If you're already ranked honey, chill, take a chill pill, and yeah. It's only 3 weeks left until the next season. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and then it's finally ranked. Finally. But, do me a huge favor. Please, like and subscribe. It's totally free. You can easily subscribe by using that box in the bottom right. And, Stuffle Squad, you already know what to do. I appreciate y'all. All of you that do support the channel, I really do appreciate it. And I stream on Twitch. I used to do 4 days a week, but I'm lowering that down to 3 until, like, further notice. So, I'm going to stream probably... My code is probably going to be either Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, not Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because that one's a lot easier. Because Tuesday I do have class, depending on like what time it is. But that's gonna change in a bit. So trying to push through the end of grad school, as well as this my school site. I'll still be working at the clinic, doing clinic cases. But because the school year will be over, I will have to close my school cases. So appreciate y'all with your patience, and I do appreciate y'all that still support me day in and day out, no matter what I publish. I really do appreciate y'all. Without further ado, good luck on your Go Valley sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.
Things that I have craved, these are what I could have saved.